What's up, guys? We are like 2 weeks away from the end of the dumpster fire that has been 2020. I'm Mike. Welcome back to Everyday Money. What I want to give to you today is 5 different ways, 5 different resolutions that you can make for 2021 that will have you with more money to spend, more money to save, more money to invest. But first, if this is your first time to the channel, be sure to subscribe and smash that like button for me. 2020 has been an absolute dumpster fire for health, for finances, for almost everything. It's just been awful. And we're about ready to roll into 2021. And I know that you are about ready to start setting your New Year's resolutions for 2021. And I've come up with a list here of 5 areas that you can make resolutions in for your financial future for 2021 that will be actionable and impactful for your life moving forward. The first thing that I want you to do is, if you haven't yet, if you just haven't done this up to this point in your life, I don't care if you're 18 or 65, you need to open an investment account. That will allow you to put money into something that is going to grow over time without you having to trade your time to make that money. Even if you only put in $1 per day, $30 per month, that can grow to a gigantic sum of money. I did another video on this where $1 per day invested in an S&P 500 fund makes $500,000 or almost $500,000 over the course of 50 years. That's a long time, but we're just talking about $1. If you put that $1 in, you open that account, you put that $1 in, it's going to set you up for good habits of putting money aside to invest so that it grows for your future, so that you don't have to trade your time for every single dollar that you earn. And when you do set up these investment accounts, I highly recommend investing them in low-cost index funds that will give you broad diversification, low cost. They're easy to do. That's the biggest thing. They are very easy to do. And so anyone, even someone that's not familiar with investing in stock markets or investing in anything really, it's very easy to do these things. You can get them through Vanguard, you can get them through Fidelity, I'm sure many other financial institutions. But the first thing that I want you to do before you even save money or cut spending or anything like that is open an investment account and start contributing some money to that. And if you already have a 401k or a pension plan or something at work, I still want you to open up a separate individual investment account and put money in that for your future, separate from anything else that you have. Second, I want you to try to find something to cut. Cut something out of your budget. And this would be just some reoccurring expense. A lot of times people end up getting a lot of subscriptions for $7 to $15 a month that individually aren't terribly expensive. But when you start adding these up over 8 or 10 services, it starts to become a lot of money going out every month. Now, these things might be like Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, Spotify, Pandora, some sort of subscription food service that you might be getting. I don't know, there's subscriptions for just a myriad of things. So I want you to look at your bank account or your credit card statement. Look at the subscriptions that you are paying for. See which ones that you don't get much value from, or that you just don't use at all and you've just completely forgotten about them. They're just automatically being deducted from your account, and you're spending that money without thinking about it whatsoever. If you can cut a few of those things, you start getting a couple $7 ones adds up to $14, a couple $10 ones adds up to $20. Now you have $34 left to save. You put that in that investment account that I was just talking about. You got your $30 a month over 50 years. You're looking at $500,000 just by cutting some subscriptions that you didn't need. Did you make that resolution back at the end of 2019, and now we're into 2020 to go get fit at the gym, but you went like twice and you haven't been back? If you're not using that gym subscription, and I fully believe in health, in well-being, because I think that being healthy keeps you wealthy by not having to spend your money on healthcare down the road. But if you haven't used it, cancel that thing. Like, stop paying for stuff that you aren't using. You know, if you can work out at home or work out wherever. Heck, they've been closed most of the year anyway. So, you know, if you haven't been using that, cut that stuff out. In addition to cutting things, and this kind of also bleeds over into my next topic, but cut back on your vices, on your drinking, on your smoking, gambling, whatever it is that you do. Not only is it going to probably keep you healthier, but it's going to put a lot of money in your pocket. Just a quick example. If you purchase a $20 bottle of wine once a week over the course of the year, that's over $1,000 that you're spending on just that one bottle of wine a week. If you're a smoker and you smoke a pack a day, it's about $2,200 a year. And you know, you're not going to have as many years on the end of your life as you would if you cut back a little bit smoking. Gambling, same thing. That's, you know, could be all over the place. These are just some things that you can think about on cutting back, and when you start looking at the individual costs and how many times you do it, it starts to being like, wow, that's a pretty big number that perhaps you know, you could rein in a little bit. The third thing that I want to talk about for a resolution that you can use to have more money in 2021 is just reducing your spending. Now that sounds like the same thing that we had just talked about with cutting something, but those are recurring costs typically. For reducing your spending, I'm talking about the everyday items that you're buying. Maybe switch from a name brand to a generic brand. Oftentimes they are made in the same exact facility and they're just packaged in two different packages. Start a budget if you want to. Practice conscious spending. And this is what I do. I don't use a budget. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. I don't have time, I feel like, to go through and make a budget and pull all the items out of the bank account and put all that in there. But what I do is I practice conscious spending. When I look to buy something, I sit there and I think, is this something that I actually need? Or is it something that I really want? Not just impulse want, but like I actually want this thing. And then I can say, yeah, yes I do, or no, I can't, or I don't. And that's what I mean by conscious spending, because I don't use a budget. And I just make sure that I'm always buying things that I either really need or I really, really want. And then another way that you can reduce your spending, especially when you're stuck at home and you've got your phone or your computer, and buying stuff online has never, ever been easier. You can just sit there and click, 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 click. All of a sudden you've spent several $100s. You got all this stuff coming to your house that you probably, won't even really want or use after a few days. So a big thing that I've started doing, even for myself, even when I'm like, I really want that, take that item that you want, put it in the cart, and then sleep on it. Wait 24 hours and see if it's something that you really want. It might be something that you saw on TV, you put it in the cart, and then you think about it overnight, you wake up and you're like, I don't really want that. It's not it's not a thing that I really want. Overall, just try to reduce your spending. If you have to use budgeting, use budgeting. If you can use conscious spending, use conscious spending. These little tricks and hacks like putting things in the cart for 24 hours, use that if it helps you reduce your spending and get you more money in 2021. So the fourth resolution that I want to get into, and this is a pretty important one, but I wanted to get out of the way all of the cut expenses, reduce your spending stuff, but this is increase your income. You cannot save your way to success. Increasing your income and being able to save and invest that money will bring you the success you want quicker than trying to save and invest your way with a lower income. So what I want you to do is, if you feel like you've put in the value, if you feel like you have the qualifications, if you feel like you've maybe been overlooked for a raise or a promotion or whatever, I want you to go ask for a raise, or I want you to go put in for the promotion that you deserve. Because a lot of times if you just go ask for a raise and you just say, hey, I'd like some more money, you'll get it. I mean, retaining employees is a much bigger priority for most companies and entities than hiring new ones. Hiring new people is a pain in the butt. So if they can give you a couple more dollars or 50 cents or whatever, they will likely do that. Now make sure when you come in for the raise, don't just be like, yo boss, give me some more money. Come in and say, hey, these are the things that I've done. This is how long it's been since I've got a raise. These are the certifications that I've completed since that last increase. These are the accounts that I've brought, et cetera, et cetera. Be able to justify why you want more money. But be sure, if you feel like you're deserving of it, to go after that increased salary, that promotion that you've been looking for, etc., etc. If that is not an option in the current job that you're in, think about changing jobs or changing careers. You can go from the same field to a different employer and make more money. That is what I did personally. I stayed in the exact same field and I got a significant raise, a significant increase in benefits, a significant reduction in stress when I went from just one entity to another doing the exact same job. If the career that you're in right now is not going to provide the income that you want, or just isn't making you happy, consider switching careers. I know that that is a big move, but if it's something that you have been considering, you were considering back in 2019, you've been thinking about it through 2020, or maybe you have lost your job in 2020 and, this is the perfect time to make a change if that is, something that's in your wheelhouse. In addition, you can start some sort of a side hustle. And there's a myriad of these things. For example, I started this YouTube channel. I said I have some financial information I can share with people on this channel. I do some outdoor stuff with ATVs and firearms and camping on my channel, Rugged Adventures. Check that out if you are interested in that type of content. But these things I'm hoping will provide some sort of side income that I can use or invest separate from my primary income. You can look at getting a part-time job of some sort, but I always caution people with part-time jobs, you're just trading more of your time for money, but without usually benefits of any sort, and it's a low-cost way for employers to get labor, and it's usually an easy way for you to get a little bit extra money, but just be careful with that, because I don't want you trading any more of your time for money than you absolutely have to. The fifth thing that you can resolve to do in 2021 to have more money and be more successful in 2021 is to invest in yourself. Now, I know that that's, kind of a cliche thing to say, and this kind of goes along with number 4 as well, but go get whatever education, go get whatever training, whatever experience you need to move up in your career, in your life, whatever it is that you're trying to move up in. Go take that course that you've been putting off. Go take that class, get that degree, get that certification that you have been looking at for the past, however many years. Read a book on the topic that you want to research. If you're looking to invest in real estate, read a book on real estate. Read like Rich Dad Poor Dad or something like that. If you want to build a YouTube channel, read about YouTube channels. Do online courses. That I would do the ones that are free, but look into the YouTube help channels that are all over YouTube. Whatever it is that you want to do, go out and get yourself that education and invest in yourself. I had to do this myself. I was putting off a major year-long certification course that I needed to get the job that I wanted to have for my life. This is back when I was in my late teens, early 20s. It was relatively expensive. It was like $6,000 or $7,000. It was going to take a year of my time. It was a very intensive course, and I had just been putting it off. And I was working for a maintenance company, or a maintenance division of a municipality. And it was okay. The job was good. I was comfortable, and that, bred complacency. And so I didn't, try to reach out and get what I wanted for, but I was standing alongside the interstate one day, cars and trucks flying by. I was wearing contacts at the time. They were filled with dust. I was annoyed. I had a headache, and I was picking up trash along the side of the interstate. And that was the thing that I needed to get my butt up and get into the certification program. And that has changed my life entirely. It's changed the entire path of my life. My income has gone up, 4 or 5 times since then. Not like 4 or 5 times, but 4 or 5x. I make a lot more money. I have way better benefits and just job satisfaction. And if I hadn't invested in myself and gotten the training and the certifications that I needed, I would have just continued to let myself be held back by nobody other than myself. So if you've been thinking about this, there's something that you want to do, get out there and get it done. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 5 resolutions that you can think about for 2021 to increase your life, to increase the amount of money that you have, that you're putting away, that you're investing, just to better yourself financially for the year ahead and for years and decades ahead of that. Maybe you can't do all 5 of them. Just pick and choose. It's just some food for thought so that you can take more control of your life and develop exactly what you want your life to be and achieve those things. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to grow your wealth, increase your success, put you on the road to financial freedom. Be sure to smash the like button for me so that you see videos like this and more of mine in the future. I appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.